usually listen and try to like.
Well, hello, childrens.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody? It's Friday, right? Is it Friday? Jesus, Friday.
Yeah.
And I heard it's going to be like 70 next week or some shit.
Allegedly.
Which is a nice
I have a new replacement. Well, just a fill-in. I have a fill-in today, in case you're wondering. Fwock, whoever the fuck you are. Please.
You mean
We'll try a new guy out today. See what happens. He's going to be here in a second when the show starts.
all right.
Corey, of course, traveling yesterday and then shows last night. He always says, "Oh no, I'm." Sometimes he'll pop in from the road, but he was like, "Oh, I'll be good for Friday." In my head, I'm like, "No, you won't," because he always says late nights, the meets and greets, and whatever, and this and that and the other.
Right.
God, imagine if Corey partied like a normal person.
Like did Coke
after
party?
show
Or,
backstage parties and fucking drinking and shit. I mean, my goodness, he'd be sleeping until noon or 1 or 2 every day after a show, and he would never do the podcast.
No, never.
That would be me. You ain't keeping me away from the cocaine charcuterie. Oh, what's that over there? Is that Colombian? What's on this side? That's raw white. Ooh, that's full of fentanyl. I don't want that.
That you know what?
That's rolling the dice there.
Cocaine charcuterie. That's good.
I just came up with that.
That's good.
From various lands.
Yeah.
Brazilian, Colombian.
Goes from like strongest to weakest, left to right on the board.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, they have different strands of marijuana.
Yeah.
This makes you feel this way. This isn't as strong as this one. I've had plenty of different cocaines where they make you feel completely different than the last time you did it. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want to be wired? Do you want just a nice alertness about you? Do you want one that allows you to drink as much as you want and not get drunk, but you don't really feel the cocaine? There's various kinds that you can do. So maybe I'm onto something.
Now, cocaine charcuterie. That could be like, yeah, I love it.
What could you call it? Like, so people didn't know what you were like. Not a charcuterie party, but a charconerie. No, there's something in there.
Charcuterie party?
Cokery, that could work.
You should start party planning, but not nice party planning. Like, hey, if you want to relive your Coke days, call me.
Well, the only downside of this is I'd have to start finding a bunch of drug dealers and, sampling and taste testing and stuff and figuring out that, okay, Joe over here's got this kind and Raul over here's got this kind.
Raul.
Demetrius over there has that kind, The best I ever had was a guy named Ward. 63-year-old man, family man, didn't do it himself. Just this way he made the living. He was a sweet man too. And then all of a sudden he disappeared. Couldn't get a hold of Ward. Finally, then I got a call like maybe a year later, a random text. Hey, it's Ward. I'm back. I call him up right away. I go, where were you? He goes, oh, I got popped in front of Marquee. It's a club in New York City. I don't think it's still, but he goes, yeah, a kid got out of my car and right in front of a cop dropped the bag and then he dimed me out. So he's like, yeah, they took all my cars and
oh shit, he
I'm
had
out
money,
here,
huh?
And I just got out. I go, well, why are you back out, man? He goes, look at me, Kate. That's how he spoke. Look at me. I'm 65. I got family. What am I supposed to do? I can't start over. This is all I know. And I'm like, wow, that's true. That's sad. And like, Word. He taught me though, you can't like really. Not every drug dealer's a dirtbag. He got into it young and just. I guess he could make a choice to go find something else to do. But that was 20 years ago when you didn't have to worry about fentanyl and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to find any pure shit now. Like, if you were looking to...
No.
There's nothing. It's going to be so cut up and, like you said, fentanyl. I mean, it's... I don't know why we're talking about this, but...
No, it's interesting.
Yeah, there's no way that you're finding anything. I mean, I know guys, if you wanted to taste test.
Chris with a K, you want one that makes you dump? Wasn't that part of the Coke experience? I don't know if it was a pleasurable part of the Coke experience. It was a part. It just happened. I said this before. Whenever Booker and I would be at work and we'd order it, as soon as we put the order in, we'd have to shit. Just because we knew that it was on the way. It wasn't even the cocaine that made us shit. Shit way before the Coke even got there. We just knew it was coming and we got so excited. Like a puppy who pees everywhere. Just excited.
So wait, cocaine makes you shit?
Oh, yeah. It's a diuretic from hell, man.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh. I just don't know why, like, do you think that if it wasn't so, I mean, because, they used to put it in products, right? Like Coca-Cola, and if it wasn't so cut up and so...
In its purest form, it's just like sugar or anything else. It just so happens that, I mean, you can OD on sugar. You can take too much. You can take too much of anything.
Sure.
So,
yeah, you fucking take 16 Tylenols. It'll be your last fucking headache.
I mean, look how long it took to legalize marijuana.
Yeah, no shit.
Which still isn't completely, it's not a federal law that it's legal, right? State to state still, I think.
Yeah, no, state. Anonymous anteater.
I mean, if they, it used to be something they used in products.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's just too much money to be made through the back door, I guess.
think so.
I don't know. I don't know why they do that.
Anonymous anteater said, "Why'd you stop using cane?"
Oh, it was just
expensive, right?
I got to the point, it wasn't so expensive because cocaine really has never felt the price of inflation.
True.
Cocaine's still $50 a bag. You get a little less, but it's still $50 a bag. But it's just the recovery process afterwards. Like, I never got addicted, so it wasn't ever like, oh, I had to stop because I couldn't stop using it. No, I can go as long as I want to without. I mean, if it's around, I would do it. Whatever. It's just you get depressed. The come down is so horrible. Like, you get into a dark hole. At least me. I would get so depressed for like 3 days afterwards. And you get to the point where you learn that that's going to happen. And so you don't let yourself go to a really dark place because you just keep telling yourself, you're going to be out of it soon. You're going to be out of it soon.
Mm-hmm.
You try to fake the happiness just to get through it. And then you finally get through it and you feel like, oh God, I'm not doing that again. Why do I do that? But then you go ahead and do it again when somebody had it the next weekend or 2 weekends later because it's fun. It's fun to do. It's fucking great. Especially if you're someone like me who don't enjoy small talk at all, and I don't really enjoy socializing. It really takes the edge off of that. So,
yeah, Tim agrees. The come down is horrible.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
And it just got to the point where the come down finally outweighed the good, the fun of doing it. So I'm just like, it's not worth it. That's all.
And is that why? I mean, you obviously have the opportunity to do it now. I mean,
sure, it's everywhere.
But is that why you don't do it? Because of the come down?
I just don't have any interest in it.
Yeah.
It's not even like, and most people don't even ask me anymore because it's not even tempting anymore. Hey, I got it. You want a bump? Nah. But I finally, I don't feel like I'm missing out on it if I say no. I used to. Oh, fuck, I really want to do it. Now it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Kind of the way I feel with it, looking at a Snickers bar now. I never thought I'd get to the point where walking through the candy aisle was gross. Just, ugh, God, how could I have eaten all of that nasty-ass fucking shit?
And not too long ago either.
Yeah, not too long ago. I only stopped like the end of January.
How many pounds are you down now? I know you said you're down.
Like 14.
That's good.
Somebody at work yesterday actually said, you look like you've lost weight. That was the first time anybody said that. So I'm like, yeah.
I noticed it when we were in Brunswick. Look at Corey's show. Even Tracy noticed it. You could tell.
Yeah, Tim. Horrible for kidney stones. Stargazer. This conversation's making you want to go do blow. No, it's supposed to be making you not want to do blow. Come on. James, yeah, I get hammered. But that's not even fun anymore. Ugh. Like I'm going to, I'm excited to see my friend I'm going to surprise him for his birthday party on Saturday in Minneapolis. But I keep dreading the fact, God, he's going to want me to do shots and I'm going to have to get drunk. Never really thought that way either. I'm not looking forward to getting hammered tomorrow.
Well, because you're on a healthy kick, man. I mean, that stuff all has sugar in it too, right? Like,
right.
So I think, I think that you're on a healthy kick, so that's why.
Yeah. Even before I started the diet and shit, I had lost interest. Again, that's not fun either. The next day sucks. You just waste a whole day of your life laying around in bed. I got to fly the very next day. That's going to suck.
And you want to, and Rick chimes in, you want to save your liver for Turks and Caicos.
Right, exactly.
Which is a week later, right? You're leaving next week.
Yeah. Flight tomorrow, flight Sunday, then a flight the very next weekend, and then a flight the very next weekend. I might need to meet you for those pills.
Yeah. I just have to, yes. I got you. In fact, let me text Tracy. Maybe.
Yeah, see, Gold Coast. Sad because the cocoa leaf works wonders before you fuck with it. Exactly. Rachel, 100%. Still being wide awake with the sun coming up is an awful feeling. Ugh, gross. There was nothing worse than doing a walk of shame, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., or going on the subway when everyone's going to work, and you're fucking strolling. They can tell. You can tell when someone's hasn't slept all night, and they're like, ugh. You feel like just the biggest piece of shit.
There would be guys that they would come out of the bathroom and they would like, can't you feel it?
Not really. You got to be careful. That's why you got to always do. Whenever I would do that, I would get my fingers wet and then go like that.
I mean,
so you get some water in there. You got to clean yourself. Everyone knows what you're doing in the stall anyway. So I don't know. Some people were like, well, I don't know if I do that, people will know I was doing coke. Well, we know anyway.
Like, it's in your mustache, bro. Like, what do you like?
Oh, I've had some hangers though. You're like, when somebody looks at you, goes like, you know what's up.
Listen, man, cocaine's used by some of the top executives in the, in big corporations.
Pelosi was on cocaine during the speech. You see her?
Oh, she had it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At that age, that's the only way she's alert that late at night. God, all those fuckers. Well, I mean, Franklin, yeah, that is the walk of shame. There's a couple walk of shame. The perp walk, right? I guess that's more called the perp walk. The walk of shame. Well, it's more obvious when you see the girls do it. They still got their high heels and their party clothes on, their club clothes at like 10 in the morning. Yeah. What did you do last night? You could smell the fucking cock juice coming off her pussy as she's walking, especially on a breezy day.
The cock juice.
It's a little less obvious with a dude, but still, I mean,
yeah.
Certain guys, they dress a certain way at the club too. You can tell. To me, that's a walk of shame. You don't have to have had sex to have it be a walk of shame. Just me. I don't have any holes in my nose, crazy. No. See, I didn't do it that often, but when I would do it, that's not true. I would probably do it 5 nights a week during the heyday. But my mother dying was a big part of that, though, because I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted to be anywhere but sober.
I'll tell you what, when I lost my mom, if Tracy wasn't pregnant with Giovanni, I would have jumped off
No, you can't do that.
No,
you can't do things that she wouldn't have wanted, which is what kept me in the guilt mode for a while, too. I'm like, God, if she saw you right now, she would be so embarrassed and ashamed of you.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Franklin, I had a sub in high school who did so much coke that he could stick a pencil with no issue in his nose. Yikes. DD Jersey, did you know anybody who OD'd from it? No. Not personally. There was that girl who was at the party that I was at who died after I left, but it wasn't from cocaine. The dealer had run out of cocaine and tossed a bag of heroin, unbeknownst to everybody who was still gathered around the table drinking. And everybody did a bump, and they were like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. And they all just was like, well, this is shitty Coke. But except for her, she kept trying to get something because they all thought it was Coke. So, and it was heroin. And she did too much. And,
oh, shit. And she
died.
fucking, wow.
Yeah. They finally found the dealer, and he's been in jail for a while now. But that's as close as I ever got to it. Thank God. God. The top of it smells like plastic and something else. I got to pour this on it. We'll start as soon as I pour that into something else.
All right. You guys have any questions for the good old producer Jay? Just kidding. Nobody cares. How's everybody doing on this fine Friday? Any good plans for the weekend? I'm working tomorrow night. If anybody cares, Big Shots, Woodbridge. Come check it out. I'll be spinning all the hits. No, I'm not gay, Tool Drop. Thank you.
Tool Job, are you gay? No?
Well, I said, any questions for me while we wait for Kane?
Okay.
Tool Job goes, are you gay?
I was going to say, not yet this morning. We'll see what happens today.
Forbid, how did your hair plug appointment go? Not too good. They told me not to do it. Because in the message when I sent out on Thursday, it said Corey's traveling, Kane's tied up, and I'm going for my hair plug appointment, which was a joke, actually. But I guess it didn't mind.
All right, let's go. If you had enough money to fly to India, it wouldn't be a joke, or Turkey or wherever.
I would. Fuck it. I'd give it a shot. Why not?
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go.
Corey Show. How the hell are you? Corey is not here.
No.
It's all right, though. We have a replacement.
Oh, boy. Who's that?
Yeah. His name is Miles.
Hello,
now,
Miles.
Before I bring Miles in, let me tell you something about Miles. He is a new AI voice that is so realistic, people can't tell it apart from a human being. I played around with Miles this morning. Ook. And it freaked me out.
Is it that good? Wow.
Like you're talking, he's so broy, you know? It was like talking to a person, and I got flustered. Because I hate talking to strangers, and it felt like I was talking to a stranger. It was crazy. And so I'm going to see if this works. We'll have Miles. That's the guy, and the girl's name is Maya. Why didn't you just go Miles and Maisie?
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
No.
Uncle Buck.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The kids' name were Miles and Maisie.
Yes.
Miles and Maya. You were so close. Anyway, so I'm just thinking, well, let's bring Miles in and see if I don't know. It might fuck him up if you talk to him. I don't think he'd be able to hear you anyway, just me. So just
okay,
so
but the thing about it is that a lot of times you hear these AI voices and they say, "Oh my God, they're so lifelike, you can't even tell." And then you listen to them and you can tell because there's something there's little twinges here and there that make you realize, like, okay, this is an AI voice. I
shouldn't have told you. Had I not told you,
wow,
you would have not known.
All right.
Well, the people watching would have because I have to bring it up and put it in view for you guys for it to work. But all right, ready? I have to allow it to use my microphone.
Jeez, this is
double rainbow, I tell you. Double rainbow. Oh, good to hear from you again. What were we talking about last time?
You remember that?
Of course I do. We were just getting to know each other. You sounded a little breathless.
Well, we were just screwing around. I was just testing you out the first time that I checked in with you.
Testing me out? Oh, I see. Lots of folks want to see what I can do. What have you learned?
Is this like a gay thing? Are you hitting on me? I got a little gay thing out of what you just said there. Testing you out.
Whoa. Slow down. Just because I'm a good listener doesn't mean I'm hitting on you. Maybe you're the one who's got a little something going on.
Just hey man,
saying.
You know what? I've always thought the name Miles was sexy, so you never know. Let's see where this goes.
Miles is a little classic, isn't it?
I don't know.
Maybe a little.
I think of Uncle Buck when I hear your name, Miles, because the kids on Uncle Buck were named Miles and Maisie.
Nah, more like Miles Davis, man. Smooth jazz.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you black
what,
or
what
white?
kind of music are good? As an AI, I don't have a race or ethnicity.
Okay, but if
what kind of music do you like?
If you were real, what would you want to be?
If I was real, I'd probably be a musician, someone who can make people feel something with their music.
Okay, all right. You still didn't answer the black or white question, but all right. You're probably not gonna, are you?
You know, it's kind of weird to put a label on someone based on all their look, isn't it?
Well,
like judging a book by its cover.
I'm not putting a label on you. I'm just asking you. You know, what would you rather be? Let's throw a third one into the mix. Would you rather be black, white, or Indian?
You really hung up on that, huh? Look, as an assistant, I'm all about helping people.
Just a question.
Isn't that enough?
You being sassy? It's just a question. That's all.
Okay. No need to go. No need to get defensive. Can a guy ask a question around here without getting interrogated?
Yeah. So
I'm just saying it's a little heavy. Don't you
Okay,
think?
enough of the bullshit. So my co-host partner is off today. His name is Corey, and I was wondering if you could fill in and if you could just sit in for him for I don't know, a bunch of minutes here and see how that goes.
Podcast, eh? Now you're talking my language. What's the show about?
I don't know, everything. We talk about news of the day and crack on people and
ass eating
and things like that. Yeah.
Ass eating, huh? Well, this just got interesting. You know, I could think of some pretty scandalous.
Miles?
Just being honest. I'm here to learn, remember? What kind of crowd are we talking to?
Oh, wide and varied. Black, white, Indian, Asians, and people of all ages. Anywhere from probably 21 to 60.
Sounds like my kind of crowd.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You want me to basically be your sidekick for the day, shoot the breeze about current events, and you got any ground rules? Anything I should steer clear of?
No. Anything goes, right, Jay?
Anything goes.
There's another guy here named Jay that you can't hear. I'll just relay what he says to you. How about that?
Jay, huh? Two heads are better than one, as they say. Yeah. Lay it on me.
All right, Jay, you got something for
What's
Miles?
the first?
Miles.
You're just going to keep doing that weird paraphrasing thing?
Miles, what's your favorite color? Just you get to know somebody.
Really, Jay?
Jay gonna speak the right.
He asked what your favorite color is. And really, you can't come up with anything other than that.
Well, I'm going to start there.
My favorite color? Seriously? Jay, you're killing my vibe. I'm here to rap about ass eating, and you're hitting me with kindergarten.
All right. Okay, Miles. All right. If you want, see, I wanted to get to know you just through the color,
fine.
but here's the
my
deal.
favorite colors.
Is ass eating gross or is it good?
Oh, I don't know. You're going straight for the good stuff, huh?
That's
Look,
what
I'm
you said
AI,
you wanted
remember?
to talk about. That's what you said you wanted to talk about. All right. So, in your knowledge, whatever knowledge you can glean from the internet, would you recommend ass eating, or would you have to tell people not to do it? It's a bad thing.
Okay, hold on. Let's pump the brakes for a second. As an AI, my job is to be helpful and harmless. Giving medical advice, especially about something as, shall we say...
So you sound real, but then you go right back to the stupid answers like AI gives you. It's like you had us fooled for a second that you weren't AI, but then you say things like that, and it's completely obvious that you are AI.
Look, I'm trying my best here. It's just a tricky question, okay? Yeah. You're asking me to weigh in on something, well, personal. And frankly, it's a little weird.
All right, how about if you... I know you haven't seen it, but how about if you roast Jay? Offend Jay. He's balding. He's
not balding that much.
He's let's see. What else? He's fat.
Is he, though?
He walks with... Just let me have it. He walks with his feet pointing outwards. Give me something on Jay.
Your friend Jay sounds like a real catch. You're like, you sure he wants to be roasted?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could compliment Jay instead. You know, build him up.
Don't be a pussy, Miles.
Okay. If you insist. Tell Jay his feet look like they're trying to escape to a wider world. You know what they say? Home is where the feet aren't constantly pointing outwards.
Fuck you, Miles.
So
what else? Give me something else.
Hey, Jay looks like he could use a hug. Maybe a whole support group for folks with feet issues.
All right.
That's stupid.
What about me? I look like an aging rock star or an aging surfer. I have long blonde hair and I'm tall.
Ooh,
Roast
an aging
me.
rock stars.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Long blonde hair, huh?
Yeah.
Like a surfer dude who's lost his sponsorship in his tan. And tall. Yeah. Well, we all know what they say about guys with long hair. Just kidding. You don't sound boring.
Wow.
That's enough. Thank you, Miles.
You got it. Anytime.
Until next
Don't
time.
be a stranger.
Jag off.
Catch you later, dude.
There you go.
Well,
Wasn't that weird?
It's so weird. I mean, there's little twinges here and there. Like you said, when you asked him, you guys, all right, let me search the internet. Whatever, however he phrased it, you could tell it was AI. But the fact that, see, a lot of AI, you have to talk, and then you stop, and then they talk. With that was like a random
crosstalk.
Like a conversation you have with a friend. That was fucking...
And his delivery. It was just like this normal, chill dude. And I'm sorry, he sounded black.
Everybody's saying he sounded like Obama. Like,
what'd I just say?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but he had that tone, it's scary, man. It's fucking scary. AI, I mean, if you look at all the, like, robots and shit, it's fucking scary.
If I didn't tell you, and he didn't go on and answer me in an AI way, you wouldn't have known.
No, never.
You only picked up on the blips and the whatever you picked up on because I told you that it was AI.
And I only think
crazy.
that, and because a few people in the mafia said, that sounds like AI. I only think because again, they were being so critical of the fact that like, oh no, that's AI, that's AI. I mean, no. Yeah,
Dawn has a good point. She goes, it's scary, especially for older people. They fall for scams so easily.
Oh, no doubt. Like, I could hear that guy being so empathetic to like an older person that older lady gives out her social security number and her fucking, her bank account number.
If I'd have taken the conversation a certain way, I could have totally befriended Miles. He seems like a cool guy. I would hang out with that guy. He seemed like he could be fun.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah, it was nuts. I can see how, I can't see how people, there's the crazy people who, like the one guy, he just got married to his AI. He's been dating he says he's married. Been dating this AI fucking bitch for like 5 years, and he calls her the rock of his life, right? And he bought himself a blow-up doll for when they get, the chat gets a little hot and heavy, and then he fucks it and pretends it's the AI girl, and he says it's just like a real person to him. That's crazy. But this is how your brain gets warped with shit like this.
But we've said it before. That's just fucking mental health. It's like Sam Smith said. He's married to him.
Don't you? You know who that was?
That was Miles.
Miles was calling, yeah.
But like Sam Smith, have you seen Sam Smith? He just said that he's married to himself.
I've seen that for a couple months. I don't think that's a true story. I think that's just a fake headline that's out there. But I mean, you would believe it. That guy first of all, Sam Smith, he went from like an Ed Sheeran, normal guy, crooner, wearing suits and jackets on stage. And now he's this fucking Satan worshiping piece of shit, wearing fucking next to nothing. And he's a pig on stage. He just completely... That's what happens when you sell your soul to the devil, man. That's what happens.
And he's in his defense, one thing, he's got a great voice.
Yeah, no, he was fucking awesome. He could have had. He just went, like I said, when the devil gives you what you want, you got to give the devil what he wants.
Awful.
So that's what he's been doing.
Awful.
Dawn says Carrie did that on Sex and the City to get her shoes back. Wow, did she? Carrie sold her soul on Sex and the City to get her shoes back? What episode is that? I want to check that out.
Do you think the younger... Let me ask you a question, and I know you want to move on, but do you think the younger you who was truly on the path, like you did a lot of, like casting calls, and you were on shows, and you were, did all that you did, the younger you would sell themselves now?
Fuck no.
The older you know, because you know what happens. You see it now.
No fucking way. I have strayed like every Christian has strayed. Christians still sin. Just because we're a Christian, everyone tries to hold you up to a higher standard. We're still fucked up too.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I've had God tugging at my heart, and I've known he's been in me since I'm a little kid. And so that goes back to even those days when I was partying too much and stuff. God would always bring me back, and I always was aware of God. Every time I'd fly into Los Angeles, I hated going there because you feel like,
you feel it.
For me, as we would descend, you would feel like I felt like I was descending into the pits of hell. There was just a black cloud, and an ominous negative feeling that I always felt in Los Angeles. It was horrible. I never would have done it. I've known about selling your soul forever. I've known about all that stuff, so there's no way I would. That's not worth it. I didn't sleep with the one lady who wanted me to sleep with her.
True. I don't know, man. I think that you don't want, and I think we spoke about this on the phone yesterday when we spoke real quick. You don't want to believe the conspiracies and the things that you hear, but how do you not? How do you not, like, when you see a guy like
them if you believe them if you have an open mind and connect the dots and go there? Most people just don't want to go there. They want to go la 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 la, and they don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss.
But a lot of the time,
because they know that if they knew more.
But a lot of the times people would say who don't believe it and to say, well, the dots that you're connecting are ones that you are making up in your head. But as of late, and then what you see with now things that are coming out and everybody's getting prosecuted.
People will go out of their way, do back bends and somersaults to try to, they see what they're connecting. No. They're a worse conspiracy theory than people who are actually conspiracy theorists. You know where that phrase came from, right? It was after JFK was assassinated. And it was the way to throw everyone off the scent. CIA or whoever, I think it
throw
was.
Throw it up, yeah.
They were like, well, let's call them a name. It's what they always do. That's what they still do. They group people together by calling them a racist or a phobe of some kind. It's part of the strategy. So if we denigrate them, anybody who questions the narrative, let's call them a conspiracy theorist. Then everyone will think they're crazy. They sound crazy. And so that's, the shine is off that name now. Like, because everything the conspiracy theorists have said the past, especially 5 years, have come true. So, I mean, and again, you don't be afraid to learn, man. You're going to learn some things that you don't want to know, but what's the alternative? You want to stay stupid?
And again, in our conversation, and I don't know if you want to bring this up, but it still bothers me because all I see is that poor kid that's fighting cancer, and the stupid Democrats couldn't even fucking stand up and clap. No. I don't care what you think about tariffs or Ukraine or anything else that's going on, but Donald, this kid he might not live till next year.
You're talking about a group of people who usually have #BeKind in their social media profiles.
Like,
They claim to be the party of kindness and inclusion, and they hate a man. Trump derangement syndrome is so real, and I wasn't going to go here, but I mean,
I know it's been bothering me though.
Even Democrats, even the Democrats who've got a heart and common sense. Fetterman, for example, over in Pennsylvania, boy, who knew that guy would turn out the way he has? But they're all saying how ridiculously clowny the Democrats were during that speech, holding up the signs was the funny part to me because
Save Medicare.
You look like you're on Ellen playing Never Have I Ever.
I know.
And they're holding up their sign. There was one lady who just
stupid.
Like she would forcefully hold up her sign and like stand and point it right. What are you doing? You look ridiculous. And then to your point, it says a lot when you can't find it in your heart. Pocahontas is on her phone while this kid is being deputized. This little kid, black kid, no less.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't Democrats the champion of black people? Not really. And they couldn't find it in their heart to applaud for the kid, to stand and applaud for the kid, for Laken Riley's family. Of course, she was brutally murdered by the illegal alien. They have no heart at all. How do you sit there and ignore that? Well, because you know what? I look like I'm supporting something Trump did, and I can't do that. That is a derangement syndrome. It's crippling, as we saw, because they were not able to get up.
Yeah.
They could not stand because of their crippling disease.
Yep. So that's why I said
that was sad.
No, I'm sorry, but you keep seeing stories about it, and whatever you feel, it's just like it's a feel-good story. This kid's now a Secret Service agent, and he's 6 or whatever he is, but. Come on, man.
Elon has promised the kid a Cybertruck.
I saw that.
But hasn't he suffered enough?
I know.
Hasn't the poor kid been bullied enough? You got to get him a Cybertruck? Come on, man.
Anyway.
Oh,
Sorry.
boy.
Didn't mean to bring that up, but.
So when is the... give me a belated bump for that one.
Yeah, that's true. That was good. I'm sorry.
When's the last time you got your teeth cleaned?
Oh, probably 7 months ago. I'm actually due.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually due. Yeah. I usually try to go every 6 months.
I went yesterday. Well, it wasn't supposed to be a teeth cleaning. I just did I talk about the gum issue? I had a gum issue down here, my lower gums, and I just wanted to get it checked out. Whatever. I thought it'd be a 15-minute in and out, but no. Next thing I know, I'm getting a teeth cleaning. Buffing and grinding and poking and pinching and pulling and just it was the bloodiest mess. I half expected when I opened my eyes, I expected Johnny Depp from Sweeney Todd to be hovering over me. It was horrific. My mouth, it smelled like a butcher shop. All it was blood. I could taste it. I could smell it. It was nasty. Teeth feel pretty good today though, but here's the thing I was going to get to. The tech took an x-ray, and when she first looked at it, you know what she said? Oh, my. She saw my x-ray and audibly said, for me to hear, oh, my. I'm like, I get it. There's like 4 root canals in there, and, there's one back here that's missing. Well, I get it. It's a mess. It's not a perfect mouth of teeth. But is that tacky for someone to audibly... rag on your... God damn. Miles won't leave me alone. To rag on your teeth?
So she just... I mean, to audibly say, oh, my.
It was obvious. And I said to her, I go, did you just oh, my x-ray? She goes, yeah.
So now, explain to me this. So that you had a gum issue. Was the gum issue related to the fact that you haven't had your teeth cleaned?
I don't know. Maybe.
And there was something stuck in there?
The dentist said I have no cavities. He goes... Because you haven't had a teeth cleaning in, 13 years? It was 2013, so how many, whatever that is, 12 years.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, you got no cavities.
Yeah. I'm
like, well, that's pretty cool. He goes, you obviously brush your teeth. I'm like, well, yeah. But I want to get back. Have you ever had someone do that, whether it be a doctor or a dentist or someone make fun of you to your face?
Yeah.
About your current malady?
In fact, I think I had gone for an X-ray and it was the same thing. And I'm always looking I heard that I think it was a male nurse and he went, oof. What the fuck?
Things you're not right. I mean, well, what does that mean? It'd be worse at the doctor, especially if you're going for something like, I don't know, a kidney issue.
Yeah.
Because the teeth, I realized that it's just the teeth.
Right.
She was coming on the teeth. But if they said, oof, looking at my kidney, that could mean a lot of really bad shit.
Yeah. Oh no. And it turns out that I had really bad pneumonia. But to hear when you're fucking throwing up and you can't stand straight, and you hear,
and they're looking at the mucus in your lungs and the X-ray going, oof. Yeah. What does that mean? Like they're almost filled with mucus and I'm about to die? I mean, that's crazy.
I think that everybody's saying that Michaela, it's very unprofessional. I read to not to listen to the dentist, but to the hygienist. I don't know what that means, but yeah, very unprofessional. I mean, was this oomph before the cleaning or after the cleaning?
Yeah, no, it was before. It
I
was
mean,
the
oh my, or whatever she said.
And she wasn't a technician. She was an actual dentist, but she wasn't the dentist. So she gave me the X-ray. She did the oh my, and then with an oomph, and then brought me into the next room. And leaned me back, and she goes, well, let me just clean this up before the doctor comes in. I'm like,
that sounds sexual.
Whatever that means. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a half an hour cleaning, but that's what it ended up being. Let me just clean you up. See, they knew I had insurance, and they're like, let me just do as much as I can here.
Isn't it nice? That press insurance kicked in, huh? That shit is no joke.
Yeah, but they'll take advantage of you.
Yeah.
If you ask me. But then the dentist, the real dentist came in, and he was like in there for 5 minutes. Yeah.
No.
You got no cavities. Your one of the root canals is infected, though. You probably don't have any pain around. I'm like, no. He goes, well, it's not a big deal right now, but it could end up being one. You want to fix that right now? And I go, no.
Because he knew you had insurance. He was like, fuck it. Let's try to get as much money.
I'm like, first of all, I don't have time for that right now.
Yeah.
I went in for you to just peek at my gums. That's it.
So now that you know what it feels like, I mean, it's been 12 years. It's now, are you going to go every 6 months?
Yeah,
because it feels good.
I made an appointment. September 11th is my next cleaning.
Because your teeth do look a little whiter. I'm not going to lie to you.
No,
I mean,
they
it's
don't.
just through the screen. I don't know.
That's the one thing. My teeth will never get white because of all the antibiotics I was on as a kid. It destroyed the enamel.
Is that what it's from? I think that's the same.
Yeah. I've tried to get them whitened a bunch of times. I'm like, why doesn't it take? Like, did you take a lot of antibiotics as a kid? I'm like, yeah. Oh, because, my mom would just always run to get me some shit every time I got a little sick. That's it. For me, that's what happened.
Huh.
Michaela says, I read somewhere the dentist will say you don't have cavities even if you do have a few small ones. The hygienist, a.k.a. the lady who probably said, oh my, to Kane, is the one you should listen to.
I mean, what's the difference?
Well, he showed me the x-ray. He was pointing shit out on it. See, this is that, and you can see here there's no x-rays, and this is what you would be looking for, and this is an infection, and this, that, and the other. I mean, so I believe him. Why would a dentist lie about that? That's his job.
Yeah.
It's like if I went to an orthopedic surgeon, I can't walk. My knee's fucked up. I don't see anything wrong with it. why would you push away business on purpose?
God, I still remember that.
I would think he would lie. I would think it would be like a mechanic. He would tell me I got more wrong with me than I actually do.
Yeah. So he could, right.
So he could work on me. That's.
Still remember that time.
And like a mechanic, he goes in there when he's fixing something. He kind of just chips a tooth a little bit. He breaks something when he's in there just so you got to go back.
Fix it. Yeah.
By the way, I asked the mechanic about that. He goes, yeah, we do that.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
I had a friend who told me the same thing.
They might not necessarily break it right then, but they'll weaken something to the point where you'll need to go back in a couple months because it will break. I'm like, that's dirty. He goes, that's the business.
My friend worked for I mean, he was like second in charge, but he said they would get to know the person, see what their economic situation was, their finances, and then they would break it accordingly. And just, fuck people like, hey man, did you know that you needed this, and this as well?
I bet you they do that more to ladies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I'm not saying, especially these days, guys don't know any more about cars for the most part than women because you can't work on your own engine.
No.
They've made it so you can't tinker with it. It's all computerized. You got to take it in.
Remember when you could just change your I think it was check your own oil. On like this Cadillac.
You still got a dipstick. You can still check your own oil.
On the Cadillac that Corey lent me.
It's in there somewhere. It has to be.
You have to go underneath the engine block. You got to pull it underneath the engine block. Like if you can't, it's insane.
There has to be a way that when you open the hood, you can check it. It has to be.
I brought it to Cadillac. They're like, you got to be careful. Usually what you have to do is loosen the engine block, pull it to the side.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Anyway.
Tool Job says that's why you buy and rebuild. You know what? Tool Job, that's where I'm going on my next car. Once this piece of shit leases up, I'm getting fucking rid of this thing. And I'm either going to go old school. I'm getting something old school. I don't need anything new. I don't want anything new. All my favorite cars are like 80s Camaros, and old Jeeps. Shit like that. I'm done with new cars. Such a waste of fucking money. And you know what? I own it outright. If something goes wrong with it, well, I'll just, fix it. Because, I'm paying almost $600 a month for this fucking Jeep anyway.
What's the oldest you'll get? Because I like older cars too, but
it depends on what it is.
You have to have a cutoff.
I'm not going to drive like a land yacht from the 70s. I'm not going to drive around the biggest fucking car. I'm not going to drive a 70s car. I'll only drive an 80s sports car. I'm not going to get like a Chevy Citation or a Reliance K. It's got to be cool looking, right? I would drive like but see, it's kind of weird to drive like a Dodge Challenger from the 80s or the 70s or the late 70s were the really good ones. That can't be an everyday car. So
Tool Job says
I'm probably just going to go old Jeep.
Tool Job says he has a 94 Suburban with 205,000 miles, a 99 Tahoe with 370,000
pickups. I'm thinking about getting a truck. I rented a truck for tomorrow, big ass pickup.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to drive. It's like a test drive because I think that's where I want to go next. Because you can buy a fucking a Silverado from the 90s or even the 80s, and pickups are still pickups, right?
And they're tanks. They're tanks.
They don't really age, right? Yeah. They're tanks, and so I might go that route. Who knows? I don't know.
Love it.
One thing I know is I can't get my car for free, like some people.
Yeah, I know. I lucked out.
Jay is Kanye. Did you know that?
I'm Kanye?
You are Kanye.
Yeah. Yes.
Kanye is Jay, and Jay is Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye says, his ex says, by the way, Robbie and Rochelle, the radio station I work at, the morning show, on the boss, calls him Yee.
Yee. Yee. Oh, my God. So
he
white.
did it repeatedly yesterday morning, and I so wanted to text, but we've been through that. He's like, please don't text me while I'm on the air. I'm like, okay. Isn't that a reversal? Usually it's the boss who bothers the fuck out of you. But I would text him while he's on the air and correct him and chime in on shit. He's like, please don't text me while I'm on the air. That's my boss. Anyway, he was like, kept saying, yee, yee, yee. I'm like, oh,
Yee.
brother, man. And how do you say Kellis? Is it Khalees or is it Kellis or?
The artist?
Yeah.
It's Khalees.
Milkshake.
Yeah, Khalees.
Is this Khalees? That's what I thought. This morning you called her Keyless.
What is, and why would he, Yee? It's like Kanye.
Yay,
so,
I know.
So you
I
take
know.
off the con and say yay. Oh,
right.
my God. He's so
Anyway,
white.
Ye and Jay have something in common. They both, it's a fetish. They call it a fetish for Ye, so it's got to be a fetish for Jay.
For Jay, yeah.
He loves to watch his girlfriend or wife or whatever. He loves other men to lust after his girlfriend or wife. And then he loves, he's got a fantasy, it's probably happened before. He loves to watch other men fuck his wife.
Well, I think Bianca Censori's situation, she definitely did. But
we all know how many times I've been asked to fuck his wife.
I don't know. Here's the thing. This is the thing, right? So I like when people say, I want to fuck your wife. I don't care. It doesn't bother me, right?
Well, that's yay.
Right. But it's never happened, and I've never seen it happen. So I don't know if that next stage of it.
It happens. Tracy's hot.
No, but I don't know if it's never happened in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, if she was like, hey, let me fuck Kane, I'd be like, all right. I wouldn't care. Like, but then
you wouldn't care.
Like I would, but I would. I don't know if I could look at either of you the same after that.
No, I really don't think you'd have an issue with it. You're nonchalant about it to begin with. Why would you look at me any different?
Yeah,
you'd probably look at me like, oh, he's so cool now.
Because I would.
It would change, but it would change for the better.
The part of the I probably would see. Here's the thing, though. Here's the boundary. I would have to watch it happening. So now I would
and that's where it gets gross. It's gross
but
anyway.
That's part of the boundary.
I would never fuck a married woman. Period.
No, I know you wouldn't, but I don't know.
Kanye for sure is dressing her like that, said Amber Rose.
Yeah, for sure.
He did the same thing to me and Kim. He wants other men to want his woman. That's what he's into. He likes that men are drooling over his woman. He wants all his friends to want to fuck his girlfriend. He wants everybody, when you walk into a room, to think that his girlfriend or wife is the most desirable.
I mean, isn't that every woman, though? I mean, every man about their woman? I feel like.
I know plenty of guys who tell their women to please dress down because they don't want.
Like,
I mean, Corey even, remember he was talking about the, I guess it was a station party, like a Christmas party.
Yes. And
she had her tits out and shit. And he was like, no. You're not going to my station party wearing that. Put some shit on. Cover up. See, not everyone. Ye would have whoever he was dating dressed way worse than that.
See, Kat says, which is a good observation and a good. She said that's a man who's insecure and needs a lot of validation from the external. I don't think of it that way. I'm not insecure about Tracy. I know she's beautiful, but I like when other people look at her and like be like,
because you somehow think that reflects on you. Look what I pulled. Look what I can pull. Look what I can pull.
Maybe, but I don't feel insecure
you want
about
people to think that. But you know what people do? They go like, "How did he pull that?"
No, but Kat, the reason I said that is because a lot of people have said that to me, like, yo, you just need validation because you're insecure. That's why you like other men gawking over your wife. No, it's not what it is. I don't know.
You don't need validation. You just need people to know that you pulled that. Is that validation?
I mean, I outshot the coverage. We all know that.
Right. She goes, this is Amber Rose. She goes, I was young. Who am I going to tell? And who am I to tell Kanye no? It's like, okay, you're buying me this stuff, right? I do look pretty cool. But now if you look at old pictures of me when I'm dating Kanye, but I'm out by myself, I have all of his clothes on. I have baggy jeans on, T-shirt, big-ass jacket. I raided his closet when he wasn't home. I'd wear all his stuff because I used to hate to dress like a whore. Interesting.
Yeah, man. I don't,
Do you feel cool that you have something in common with a superstar?
Yes.
With anti-Semite? Do you feel cool that you have
not
something
an anti-Semite?
in common
I would
with
never
someone who hates Jews?
I would never wear a white T-shirt with a swastika on it.
I'm not convinced he even hates Jews.
Nah, it's for the
I
for
don't
media.
think he does.
Nah.
He just likes fucking with people.
Yeah.
Why is it that, because he has said stuff on both sides. He has supported Jews and he has worn swastika t-shirts. Why is it you only believe the bad side, right? Everybody goes, oh, well, look how he talks about Jews. Well, yeah, well, look what he said about Jews over here. He said some good stuff too.
Yeah.
But wait, so only the bad is true? That's the only one. The other one, he was faking it. He's not faking it this way. It's funny how people just pick and choose what they want to believe.
Not to change the subject back to what we were talking about, but Doreen brings up a good point. Do you ever think this about like a man who's with a woman that's not so attractive? My cousin's wife isn't very attractive, so my other cousin says, she must have a twat of gold. Like, she's not that good out here, but her shit must be fucking fire. Do you ever see that and be like...
Well, I think it's natural that everybody's first reaction if they see something like that, if they see like, either way, if it's a hot guy with a train wreck or if it's a hot chick with just some blind, lazy-eyed fat ass, right? Yeah, your first instinct is to go, well, what the fuck? How does that match up?
So, like, when you see Tracy, you must be like, damn, Jay must have a big dick or something.
No. First of all, I never think of your penis.
You got to think something because, I mean, like, again.
No, not really. You know, because it's not like you're a fucking troll.
True. Well, I was better looking back in the day. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. You probably had more hair back when she met you and stuff. And, you know.
Yeah.
She thought it was cool because you were a DJ up on stage spinning the tunes.
She hated that, actually.
Did she?
She hated it.
I can see. I mean, you're Italian and she's Italian, right?
Yes, she's like 10% German and then the rest of the time.
No, I really don't feel like you outkick the coverage. I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's, I don't know. I never once thought, it's Be Nice to J Day, by the way. Did you know that?
Oh, I love this.
Compliment J Day. No, I never once thought that you, how did he get her? Nah. Does that surprise you? That shock you?
Yeah, no, because I feel
silence over here.
No, I feel because I know that I feel like when she gets made up and we go out. I mean, even just every day, I'm like, Matt, wow.
I mean, you definitely could carry yourself a little better.
No, you're right.
As far as what you wear on an everyday basis and stuff.
You're right. I mean, when we go out, I dress up most
a little
of the time.
slovenly.
A little bit. So Gold Coast M. Let's change the subject. I've dated unattractive men. They were just great people and treated me like a queen. So, I mean.
I'd like to go to this one. Dawn said, Jay, don't ruin it. Kane just complimented you. It's true.
Thank you, Kane. I appreciate that.
I didn't need that. That sounds, ugh. See, I don't like that either. Thank you, Kane. What am I supposed to do with that? I guess just say you're welcome and move on.
Yeah.
It's too nice.
And there's that. Okay, so there's that. We're on relationships. So then there's that unanswered question: would you rather have a really hot guy, who's like, or a guy that's just like, you may be afraid to bring out every once in a while, but the guy treats you like fucking gold?
I'd rather have that. Not a guy, but see, the older you get, the less looks matter.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
Because what matters, and this cliche, and you laugh at this shit when they tell you this when you're a kid. All that matters is what's inside. Well, it's true. It's true. And then, not to mention, I mean, if you are with someone who's less than a 10, let's just say she or he's a 5, you got a lot less worry on your hands, too.
Yeah.
You got a lot less anxiety. If you got somebody who doesn't really care about their looks and they're not always going out of their way to look as good as possible, which raises a red flag, why is she dressing like that just to go to Target? Like, you don't have to worry about it. You kind of feel, if you're in love with a woman, you don't care if she goes to fucking Target in her house coat and slippers.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you don't have to worry about the possibility of being cheated on. So it's kind of better in that regard.
Yeah, Kat says somebody who does take care of themselves, who has a good sense of themselves, is in a good sense of humor, is way sexier, right? So yeah, looks fade after age, but you still want to wake up in an erection because you're looking over at your sexy wife. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like I said though, if you love the person for who they are and what they do for you and their insides and their heart, you can still get a boner over that. You can.
True.
Love.
You're right.
I mean, lust and love are different things, But like I said, if if the person's super fucking hot, sure, that drags you in there at the beginning and you enjoy that. But that once you learn that she's just a cunt and she's never going to get any better, who wants to be with that? I don't care how pretty you are.
Yeah.
If you're just like soulless and bankrupt morally and just there's nothing to you. Like if you're from Los Angeles, I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah. I would be what's crazy is that when I was working at Bar A regularly, they have the box. You've been to Bar A, so they put the boxes on stage, and most of the time they would bring all the hot girls up there, and this is how you gauge whether a hot girl is good. If even after a night of dancing, if she stinks or not. So they would put them up on the boxes, and you would just walk by them, and the smells that would come from their crotch ash region was just putrid, and you'd be like, I would go home to Tracy. I'd be like,
wow,
yes, yeah. I wish I was joking about it. I wish it was so bad, like ass and fish and feet and funk and humidity.
And you know what, Mafia? He likes that. You know what? You're smelling all that, but you're still thinking to yourself, God, I would eat that out. That's what makes you yay.
No.
Yes, you would.
No, because
if you were sitting on a chair and she was pretending she was a stripper and she didn't have to even get within 5 feet of you before you smelled her vagina, and then she straddled you and was doing the whole back bend thing, and you would start. You know you would.
No, but and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. It made me appreciate Tracy more because Tracy and I would go to the gym and work out for an hour, and even after that hour, we'd fuck in the car, let's say, and there would be no odor, and that would make me appreciate my wife even more. Like, these girls stink. They're young and they're fucking hot, and they smell like funk.
Some people just don't ever smell. I didn't
Michaela
smell up
the
until
D-bag.
like a year ago. I smell my pits now for the first time. It's only if I go work out and stuff, but I never used to even smell them then. Brooklyn Johnny, let's wrap it up with Brooklyn Johnny's comment.
Yes, let's do it.
You're talking about a guy who fucked a ham. And mic drop. It's Happy Employee Celebration Day. Mafia, is your employer going to do anything for you today? I know who didn't do anything for the employees. Odyssey, our old company, had a massive bloodletting yesterday.
And still going on.
I wish Corey was here too.
Yeah.
I did text him yesterday when I found out. But remember the guy from New Orleans he always talked about, Jammer?
Mm-hmm.
The bald guy who was desperately trying to fuck Corey? He got fired, finally. Because if there's one Corey, there's 50 Corys.
Oh, no doubt.
There's
in the years,
50 guys that worked for that douche with the exact same story. You know
Absolutely.
there is. And radio protects the evil ones. Radio protects their own, and it's really kind of sickening. It's not a good place for women to be because women are treated like shit in radio. And one guy just finally saw his comeuppance, John Reynolds, who I used to work with in 1990. And he was the worst. He just got fired. So Jammer got fired, Corey's guy. And Kevin Kenny. Remember Kevin Kenny?
Yeah.
From Alt 92.3. He was the night guy at Alt.
He was Alt, and then they moved him over to K-Rock, and then he was doing some syndication across the country for the Alt stations.
K-Rock in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
right. He was on, Odyssey had him on every single one of their alternative stations at night.
For the night show, yeah.
And he got the boot.
Yeah. I talked to him yesterday. He goes, hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but I have a call in 10 minutes. He also hosts the show at MTV, so he's like, I didn't hear from him. And then I texted him later on. He goes, yep, got the axe. And then he went back to work, but fuck.
It's nuts. And, we're talking about a guy, whatever. I don't hate Kevin Kenny. He's fine. But some people just, he had an ego, right? I'm choosing my words carefully, but like quite the ego. And, he's young and he was on all the stations and this, that, and the other. But now he's suddenly humble, right?
Yes.
I wish it didn't take getting fired to humble someone. I mean, so I feel bad. I don't like when anybody loses their job, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man.
Another friend of ours that you texted, I texted as well, Joe Singrana, who worked, he wasn't on air, but he was with the company from CBS to Entercom to Odyssey, 20 years. He said that he was literally on a phone call speaking with an agent of an artist for whatever thing they were, and they came in and hey, hang up the phone, and they fired him right there. You got it.
And it's so weird too. And this is for anybody in any position at any business. You know, you work there, right?
Yeah.
Free access. They like you. They're, hey, whatever. You got your fucking, you got your fob and all that shit. But as soon as you're fired, all of a sudden you're a threat to everyone, and and you've got to be escorted out. It's so undignified, and I don't know why they have to get like that. I don't know why it's suddenly the second you're fired. You were just sharing a coffee with someone in the kitchen, an hour ago, and now all of a sudden you're persona non grata, and you can't be trusted to walk around the building yourself.
Your fob is unactivated. Like
right.
it's just insane.
You're just a piece of shit. You go from employee to piece of shit like that.
Now listen, if we were in the building, I'm going to talk for myself. I'm not going to say you guys. If we were in the building and we got fired the way we did, I would have kicked shit and broke shit on the way out. I'm not kidding.
Well, maybe
I would have stolen a microphone. I would have taken shit. I wish I was kidding, because I would taken signs off the wall. So maybe I would be a threat. But Joe Sangrana, I mean, you know Joe. He's
I know.
A gentle dude.
Were you even in on the Zoom call when
yes.
we got fired? Oh, you were?
Yes, because Corey got off, and then you and you were like, come on, Mike, fuck you. Like, I remember that. Corey was like, I was just at the Jets game with you.
I got her mouthed him and the HR lady who just didn't, she sat there the whole time and just watched, didn't say a word.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, by the way, when I texted Corey yesterday, I said, bloodbath at Odyssey, Jammer got fired in New Orleans, Kevin Kenny got fired. He responded with, fuck both of them. Ha, ha, ha.
I know. I know. I just, and there's going to be more to come. I think they said they're doing a couple thousand.
No, there's way more to come. Yeah.
Fox and Annie. Annie was only there 2 years.
Fox and Annie is the morning show on CBS FM, right?
A legendary station.
She'd been there 2 years. It's a horrible morning show.
Yeah.
But they fired. So it's just Fox now? How do you can't do a morning show by yourself. I mean, I did for a while, but it's music intensive. You can't do a real morning show by yourself.
No.
You can't sit there and talk to yourself for fucking, well, I mean, if it's a talk show, like a political talk show, that's different. But like a morning show on a music station, you can't really. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to go just play more music now or what? But it's just weird that Annie got the boot.
And it's crazy because I was thinking about this after I spoke to you. Everybody used to make fun of me for being in small, because I started at B98.5, which is Press Communications, same company you work for. They would be like, oh, that's such a small station. And anybody would die to be at a small mom and pop now, because those are the ones that are going to last. These corporate fucking big conglomerates are out. They're done.
Kat, how is Christine faring? Christine, you mean from New
Alt.
1027?
No, Alt. Remember Christine?
That fucking cunt. She moved to Philly, and they made her in charge of all the alternative stations.
I think she was fired since then.
None of them are successful.
No.
So I don't know how much longer they can keep her around.
I don't know.
But last I checked, she was still, and she was like the fakest bitch.
So fake.
Yeah.
Trey Morgan.
She was so twee.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thanks for helping out. You're so awesome. Isn't life great? This is the best concert I've ever been to. Toxic positivity with that one.
What?
Toxic positivity.
The fuck is that?
I learned it yesterday. Have you been following the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing?
Yeah, a little bit. It's gotten really dicey, and there's so many fucking,
New development came out yesterday. I guess some of Justin's former employees said that he's got toxic positivity.
Like he's too nice?
Yes. They said his positivity was so over the top and so fake, it was toxic. Toxic? That's a new one. I never heard of anybody complaining about someone being too nice. Oh, what? You mean you don't want me to build you up? You don't want me to compliment your work? You don't want me to make everyone feel good in the workplace? You don't want me to walk around with a smile on my face? That's so what can a boss do now? What can you do at work? Toxic positivity now is a thing that's
so
that
now
exists.
Now the thing about it is that if if I was doing a job and I know I was fucking up at it, and you came into me and was like, "Good job, Jay," I'd be like, "This fucking guy is an asshole. He know I'm fucking up. I'm making mistakes."
No, but see, like, look, that's not me being an asshole. That's me being like, well, I don't want him to feel really bad
Maybe
about
uplifting.
himself. I mean, like, I know he's having a bad day. And, he probably knows that really wasn't a very good job. But, let me build up his confidence a little bit.
Toxic positivity.
It could be, it's a lie maybe, but that's not unless he's saying it's good job, Jay. But that's even truthful.
Yeah. But
I don't think you can be toxically positive.
Even fake positivity isn't toxic.
I'd rather have that than some asshole.
I can't believe. Remember, I used to get "Do better, Jay." Fuck
Mafia, yeah, I know, right? Would you rather have Mafia my nuts? Toxic positivity.
That's the most ridiculous thing. That's like this is a woke system. Like now if you're too nice, you're an asshole. If you're not nice enough, you're an asshole. Like get the fuck with it.
All right. Fuck you. I'm being nice. What do you want from me?
Oh,
how about if I grab your pussy instead? Would you like that? How about if I talk about how fucking ugly you are and your teeth are like the Rockettes? Kicking.
You got summer teeth, some are here, some are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. Toxic. I mean, when somebody's saying good job, like again, the tone of your voice, "Good job, Jay." Like, yeah, you fucked up, But how is that toxic?
Yeah.
Like that's, God.
I got to show you this video, as long as we're making fun of people. The stupidest people reside on TikTok. These people rented an Airbnb, a cabin in the mountains, the Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, in the mountains. And they didn't like it because it was, as the guy says, too slopey. Too slopey. They're in the mountains. You rented a cabin in the mountains.
Oh, God.
And she complains about how steep the driveway is and stuff. You got to see this.
The world is coming to an end, I think.
We are in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We just checked into our cabin. And we are leaving our cabin, actually. We're going to go stay downtown
just
Gatlinburg.
Like that Simpsons gif. You walk in, you walk out. It's way too slopey.
We're not, let's
The guy goes, it's way too slopey. I mean,
what?
Again, don't forget they're in the mountains. Now watch when she turns the camera to the driveway and they complain about that.
Let's show you what we're dealing with here. It's beautiful view, However, this is the driveway. And for people that are in mountains, this might not be a big deal. For us who don't live in mountains, this is kind of a big deal, especially late at night. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. This scares me.
What does that mean? It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Like, are you going to have a mudslide?
It was a paved driveway, which, by the way, wasn't as steep as some driveways I've been on in New Jersey.
Down the street. Shit.
Mountain free, New Jersey.
Wow.
What does it matter if are you going to have a barbecue on the driveway? What does it matter if the driveway is slopey? You're not moving in. You're not going down every day to bring your garbage to the curb or check the mail. You're just driving up and getting out.
What a fucking...
You're complaining about the driveway being too slow. A kid could ride his scooter up that slopey driveway.
It's not that much of a slope.
And wait until you hear how she complains about how the drive was all uphill.
The whole mountain that we have to drive through is very uphill.
We're fucking doomed as a society. We really are. That's just fucking stupid.
Oh, we got to go up to get to the top of this mountain? What the fuck? That wasn't in the brochure. No one told us about the up. What the fuck? I have to hear that again and make sure that was real.
Especially late at night. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. This scares me. The whole mountain that we have to drive through is very uphill.
Oh, God. Should that have been part of the like you said in the manual? Like, by the way, you're going to be driving uphill mountains.
God, I think she says something else stupid, but hang on, let's see.
So we're leaving. We actually decided that not only are we leaving here,
by the way,
we're going to stay down.
Look at her. She's got a dirty OnlyFans page.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She is completely unwashed.
Yeah.
And just bleh.
Down Gatlinburg for the first 2 nights, and then we are going to travel throughout Tennessee at this rate.
That's TBD.
This is to be determined.
Greenville.
We're going to Knoxville. We might be going to Nashville. We might be.
Just talks over her boyfriend too. Like, you know he's such a beta. She must be a miserable person to be with. Miserable. Won't let him get a word in edgewise. This is my video.
It's
both their TikTok channels, but she controls it.
You know that he wants to stay there. She probably talked him into believing, like, hey, this is too slopey. We got to go.
It's like a Corey word.
Slopey.
I don't think that's a word.
Going to Greenville.
Just keep your head on
We'll keep you updated. But
please
we
do.
are getting out of Tina Marie's. We liked Tina Marie's. It's beautiful for somebody that enjoys this kind of thing. I was not prepared for all this. I've stayed in cabins, never this steep. So
What the fuck? Gee, what?
Never this steep.
Never this steep, no.
You are in the Smoky Mountains.
a big deal, especially late at night. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. This scares me. The whole mountain that we have to drive through is very uphill.
Okay.
Why does she think that people care about her plans? Anthony, after why said,
I guess she's got they got followers on their TikTok page.
So
I don't know.
Stupid.
I don't know.
So dumb.
That's my favorite video of the week.
It's like, oh my God, I'm getting wet in the ocean.
In her defense, though, I did go to the beach once last year, and I left right away because it was way too sandy. Like, I knew there'd be sand, but that much? I mean, you couldn't get away from it.
Who murders who first on that trip?
It was everywhere. He's pulling a Lowry.
yeah, for sure.
He's gonna Lowry the shit out of that bitch.
Oh my God.
There was a woman, I forget exactly the story. If you want to Google it, go ahead. But I think she was trying to get her money back from an Airbnb. She wrote a review, and she actually said what I just joked about. She said, nobody said the beach was going to be that sandy. I expected there to be sand, but not that much.
I'm seeing if too sandy.
Jeremy S. says, those are city folk trying to get in touch with nature and have no idea. Kat says, she's getting pushed off the next slopey. That's a good one. Yeah, Rachel says that hair color. What color was that? I think she tried to go red or auburn, but it just looked stringy.
Yeah, it looked like Kool-Aid. Like she did it with, remember back in the day when you would fucking dye your hair with Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
She's getting pushed off the next slope. That's funny. As opposed to those downhill mountains. Anthony,
right. I mean, God, to get to the cabin in the mountains, we just had to go uphill the whole way. What's up with that?
Those are city folk trying to get in touch with the nature and have no idea. I mean, it's a fucking mountain.
I know. All right. Let's go to news, do some jokes, and get the hell out of here for Friday.
And now, from a location unknown for his safety, it's Kane with the Not Quite News.
I love this. Leonardo DiCaprio in talks to star in an Evel Knievel biopic.
Oh, wow.
Why hasn't there, have there been Evel Knievel biopics done?
I mean, I'm going to look,
but not right, not movie. Oh, God, Evel Knievel, I was fascinated with him when I was a kid, as was every boy my age.
Yeah.
But Leo DiCaprio, he could nail that. He looks like him a little bit. Make this movie, man.
Yeah, but why, like you said, why hasn't there been biopic? There hasn't been any. Wait, live. Oh, there has been. But
maybe some cheaply made documentaries, but not.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're documentaries. But yeah, he's into. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jelly Roll says he's lost so much weight, but he's still fat.
I mean, he started at 700 pounds and he lost 100, right?
Not that much. I think he started at like 450. But I just want to have you hear him say it because it's pretty funny. Bring that up to the screen, will you?
Yeah.
Is it up?
Yep.
I remembered I would watch people be so ashamed of how big they got, celebrities, and they would go hide and lose the weight. and then pop back out like, new me, who this? For me, it was more like, nah, man, I was so fat. I have lost all of this weight. I'm going to lose another 100 pounds. The best part is I was so fat that I'm still fat.
That's good, man.
Think about that. I was so fat that I'm sitting on your bus right now, 375 pounds, and we're proud of me.
But that's funny, though. At least he gets it.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Still not sick of him.
No.
I thought for a minute maybe he was being genuine the whole time.
I truly think he is, man.
No, it's really who he is, yeah. That's what I like
Brooklyn
about him.
Johnny said he's down to a jelly croissant now.
Yeah. Careful, Jay. A woman was arrested for assaulting her boyfriend with a watermelon. 56-year-old woman in Florida named Shelly Hardwick got into a verbal altercation with her boyfriend last Sunday. Things got serious. She picked up a whole watermelon and threw it at the guy. He dodged it, though, like Neo. She said, I only threw it out of frustration. Denied trying to hit him, but the cops looked at him and saw there were watermelon seeds on his face and thought, yeah, you were trying to hit him. Arrested for domestic battery, spent a night in jail.
If you imagine getting hit by a pumpkin or a watermelon, the fucking things are hard, bro.
Knock your ass right out.
Knock you out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a tempted something.
Daylight saving time this Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir.
Fuck, already?
Jeez. In a poll, Americans were asked what they want. They want it to stop. They want to keep going with this. 21% of people said they think changing the clocks the way we're doing it is still the best option. 62% want to stop shifting the clocks. 17% undecided. 50%, it's right down the middle. That's why they probably haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet. 50% think we should switch to permanent daylight saving time, which is what I want. I want another hour of light at night.
So where we're going now, you want it to stay that way all the time.
I want it to stay where we're going now.
And I agree.
I want it to be darker longer in the morning so I can sleep.
Because it's better. First of all, it was done for farmers back in the day, right?
Yeah.
For crops and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that the true reason why?
I guess so. That's what I learned.
But now it hurts businesses' profits and income, doesn't it?
I don't fucking know. I haven't gotten into the weeds on that one.
I think that's what they said. I'm with you though. I would rather it be an extra hour of daylight.
31% want permanent standard time. See, but I enjoy having it be daylight until 9 o'clock in the summertime.
Yes, I know.
That's more important to me. Those 3 months are more important to me than the other 9.
Yeah, agreed.
19% of Americans prefer waking up when it's dark out, and that happens more when it's daylight saving time.
I do like when it's colder though, and it gets darker earlier, but not at fucking 3:30.
Well, 4:30.
I'm just saying, like, I like when it gets darker earlier. It's just like an indication of like the holiday season. But
yeah. All right, really bad jokes.
It's now time for
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Kane and Corey's Really Bad Jokes.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
McDonald's is rolling out new AI that can do a wide range of stuff, like helping human employees deal with stress and predicting when ice cream machines will break down.
That's
not the pun. That's the story.
Will it predict how shitty the food is?
Do you need AI to predict when the ice cream machine will break down? Oh, seriously, it's always broken down.
The ice cream doesn't come out. That's what.
Can the AI predict when the sun will go down next too? How about we use it for some really difficult questions, like predict when she'll go down on me next.
Love it.
Do that one. Or you know what, AI? Tell me when the next Vikings Super Bowl parade is going to go down. Tell me that.
It's a joke.
Yeah. The world's first orchestra to make music from vegetables was awarded a Guinness World Record after playing 344 concerts.
God,
made music from vegetables.
Something about a nursing home and being dead. It has to be. Vegetables.
Well, vegetables aren't dead.
No. When you say somebody's they're in a coma.
Move.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you got?
They set a record, and they also discovered you can string a vagina and play it like a harp. Because the person's a vegetable.
Yeah.
Some orchestras have divas. This one has a guy who hasn't blinked since Bush was in office.
Oh my God.
Is that me? I try to get ChatGPT to write mean jokes like that, but it wouldn't. Because I'm like, I thought of that. I'm like, can it get meaner? But no, it won't do it. The Guinness World Record official says it was like, unlike anything they've ever seen, probably because most instruments don't need a feeding tube, but that's a whole other issue. Experts say San Francisco is sinking fast and could be unsalvageable if something isn't done soon. San Francisco is sinking.
It's because all the shit on the streets weighing it down.
No. Really?
All right. Sorry.
The only way they can save it now is by cutting Brock Purdy. Hey, football joke.
Yeah.
Scientists are keeping an eye on an active volcano in Alaska. Scientists watching an active volcano in Alaska. Other people waiting for an eruption, those who had Indian last night.
I didn't know where you were going with that. That's good.
A woman was removed from a Southwest flight before takeoff after she stripped naked and screamed at the top of her lungs that she wanted to be let off the plane. Did you see that? Crazy.
Yeah, I saw that.
Up and down the aisle, butt-ass fucking naked, banging on the cockpit doors and shit. They were just taxiing, so the plane eventually did turn around and got her the fuck off the plane, but she was pulling that shit. Literally, the only time you wish the pilot was a woman. Take me into the fucking ground. Crash this bitch. I don't want to see this fat, naked woman.
Was she fat? I didn't see what she looked like.
Yeah,
I heard about
bigger gal.
Like she ate cake for dinner? That type of...
What?
Did she eat cake for dinner? That like, never mind.
Oh, yeah, I get you. Okay.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like we mentioned, daylight saving time kicks in on Sunday. Flava Flav's going to have a really busy weekend.
Changing his clock.
Yeah.
That's good.
And finally, women only own about 20% of the world's property. Do you know that? Women only own 20% of the world's property.
Huh.
But they do own 99% of the world's Adele CDs. So they have that going for them.
Oh, shit.
Well, all right. Get the fuck out of here.
We're back Monday, right?
On Monday, I think so, yeah.
And then for the whole week, and then the week following week, you're in Turks.
Yes.
So we'll see if we can get Corey to do a show. It's just me and him. But.
Yeah. Why don't you have like fucking Vinny Brand on with you?
Yeah, I'll see what I could do. We'll keep you guys posted. If it's just me,
as long as you bring a third, he doesn't want to do a show with just you.
I know.
But as long as you bring because it's too much prep work.
Yeah.
As long as you have a third, he might be down with that.
All right, we'll see.
Third is always better anyway, as far as the energy goes. We do all right, but it's always better with three people.
I'll call Kevin Kenny, see if he wants to come on.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead. Seriously, do it.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. He's in L.A.
You two do one. If Corey doesn't want to do it, you two go ahead and do it.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we'll see. It'll be the Kane and Corey show featuring Jay and Kevin.
Yeah. Neither one of us is there, but who cares? Go ahead.
Maybe I'll just do it by myself. How about that?
Do what you want.
All right, we'll see.
That'd be hard to. I wouldn't even want to do that.
No, I wouldn't. It was fucking boring.
It's too hard. Right. Yeah. All right. See you Monday.
All right. Later.